Hey, what's up everyone? This is Dan. We're here with Rebellious Noises' brand new football show, Goal Hanging, where we're talking about all things football. And goal hanging with me today, I've got Mike, Rory and Scott.
What up?
Now, we're all here. The boys have got their beers.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
I've got my coffee. And we're good to go. Let's talk about football, boys.
Cool. What have I done?
So, the Champions League draw happened, and obviously I'm the most qualified to talk about it since my team's the only team that's in it, but nonetheless...
He's England today, so he's got 4 teams.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, you know, there are 4 English teams in the Champions League, so
Still weird.
we're just gonna go through essentially each group of the Champions League. You know, I just want to know who you think's gonna qualify out of each group, so first and second, and then overall who's gonna win.
A wild guess.
So we will start out with Group A, which consists of Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Monaco, and Club Brugge.
See, I think some of them are going to stand out quite a bit more.
Yeah, Club Brugge is out, right? So
I think we can
say
write
they're
them off
winning
pretty
it.
much.
straight away.
Yeah.
No offence, like some of these teams.
No,
so,
it's pretty much that's a three-way battle between Dortmund, Madrid, and Monaco, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
I think Monaco won't qualify.
I think usually on paper you'd say maybe Monaco, but
they've just lost so many players, like, haven't they, the last
Yeah.
couple of years. It's not like if you're going to have Mbappe and Lamar and Bakayoko. They're a completely different side now, so I don't think they're going to be as big of a threat.
They are selling.
But then again, it's like, I would say it's on your day, but you'd have to be on your day a lot of days in the Champions League group stage.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah.
so what is it? How many games you play? 6?
So it's 6 games, and especially with the new format now. So
Yeah.
the new format for the actual draw is, instead of it going by the UEFA coefficients, it's now that the winners of each country's league go into pot A,
Right.
and then the holders of the Champions League and the Europa League all go into pot A.
I think that's a better way of doing
So
it
whereas,
anyway.
like, say, previous years, you would have maybe seen 3 English teams in pot A. Now it's like you've got, you know, the likes of Atletico Madrid in there because they won the Europa League.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, obviously there's 3 Spanish teams because
Yeah.
Real Madrid won the Champions League last year. But then you've got, like, the standout one, like the name that sticks out like a sore thumb, Lokomotiv Moscow.
Yeah.
You know, the
I love a team that's named after a train company.
I
I wish you guys were still with Newton Heath.
Yeah, Newton Heath, yeah. So I think out of that group, Atletico, Dortmund, Monaco and Bruges.
I still think Dortmund are same as Monaco. Like they've lost quite a lot of their big players,
Yeah,
but
they're not what they were, I don't think. And I think, obviously, Aubameyang is a massive loss for them.
yeah.
He scored so many goals.
I'm enjoying it.
And Royce isn't really that reliable due to his injury record. Don't really think you can look past Atletico Madrid to take that group, I don't think.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same. Atletico top, Dortmund second, surely at least.
I
think they're still good enough to just do
I
it.
think
Monaco.
they're good contenders for it. Yeah, I reckon Dortmund first.
Yeah.
Dortmund first.
I think like Atletico held on to like Griezmann.
Yeah.
There's a few.
They did well.
Godin as well.
They've got Lamar now as well, which is massive for them, and Costa's going to, seems to keep getting better and better for them. I just think, it's way too much firepower on their side, and they're so Simeone organises them really well as well.
Yeah, I can't see really past Atletico finishing top of that group, and then it'll be a straight shoot, I reckon, with Dortmund and Monaco for second place.
Didn't they both of them drop into the Europa League last year? Because obviously Atletico won it.
Atletico
Did
won.
they not make the Champions League?
I think Dortmund
They've
were in
dropped out, I think.
Dortmund were in Tottenham's group last year.
So
Yeah.
did
With
they
Real
both drop
Madrid.
out
So
into
yeah, they
Europa?
both dropped into Europa.
So now at least, well, they'd like to think they're both going to make it through and
Yeah.
not fall to the Europa. It's good for an Arsenal fan, I think.
So, talking of good for an Arsenal fan, that brings us on to Group B, that features Arsenal's North London rivals, Tottenham.
Yeah. I'm not going to be too
It's
harsh.
quite a tasty draw they got,
Might be.
actually. Barcelona, PSV Eindhoven and Inter Milan. Like, Inter Milan in pot 4 of a Champions League draw. It's like, you look at that, you're like, what the heck? Why at Inter Milan? Like, normally...
So how did they sort the other pots? Is it the
think
same way they used to do it?
Yeah, I think
Or was
so.
it like if you came fourth in your group? Yeah, because...
I think it's country
I think certain countries have
rating,
they have a certain amount of spots, don't they? I think Italy have had 3 spots for a while now, but I think they've got 4 now.
Yeah, so for example, like with the English thing, so Tottenham and Man United were both in pot 2.
Yeah.
But then Liverpool, for some reason, ended up in pot 3 because someone else, I think it was Roma, qualified.
Yeah.
So that dropped Liverpool into pot 3.
Which is mad because they made the final.
Yeah.
So surely they should at least. I guess that means nothing in that system, but
no one remembers Champions League final runners up anyway. So.
Shut up, man.
Bayern Munich, I'm looking at you. John Terry. So Group B: Barcelona, Tottenham, PSV Eindhoven, Inter Milan.
Tottenham and Barcelona.
Yeah.
You think who's top then?
Barca.
Barca.
No, I don't know. I reckon there's a good chance Tottenham could beat them when they face them.
Do you reckon?
I think everyone wasn't really.
I mean, that's Real Madrid performance last year. To be fair,
it's like you look at Tottenham's groups, like in the Champions League.
Yeah.
No one's expecting them to get out of the groups most times.
It could work in their favour.
They've got this record in recent years of they've had some tough groups. They always seem to get a really tough group, but somehow they manage to step up in the big games and come out on top. Like I know. Recently, they stepped up at Old Trafford against a big team and ended up giving us a 3-0
think they're not gonna. I think that's the thing with Tottenham. When you think they're not going to do anything,
I've
magical.
I think last season, there was a whole stadium move, and I thought they were going to struggle. And then this year, with not signing anyone, I thought that was going to be a factor.
But when early on,
that's what they said. If it's not broken,
if
it's not broken, don't try and fix it.
Annoyingly, they don't seem to be slowing down or anything.
And they managed to keep hold of some good players as well.
All the
talk
good
of Alderweireld going to Man United potentially never happened. So they've done well to keep hold of him. There's Danny Rose potentially could have been off. They've kept hold of him. And I think they've got good rotation. So I do think
it's still like for a lot of those players, if they don't win anything this year, a lot of them will be off next year.
Definitely.
Probably.
Definitely.
Harry Kane's a winner, and
with their signings though, who else could they realistically sign to strengthen that team?
I think they need another. I know Son plays up front, but I think they need another striker if Kane gets injured.
No one's going to really want to play. There's no
one to be number 2.
If Kane gets
you need
like Janssen and Lorente are just not cutting it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like a decent.
I mean, it wouldn't have happened because he's still an Arsenal man, but Giroud would have been good because he's gone to Chelsea, and he's basically left Arsenal to be a number 1. That was kind of why he was leaving anyway. But I think at Chelsea he's definitely getting dropped to number 2 quite a lot anyway.
Definitely,
I think
it's a plan B.
I think
it all depends on how Morata does at Chelsea. Because if Sarri's not a big fan of him, then who knows?
Yeah, I think Tottenham's got a good team.
I think Barca are going to top it though.
I don't know. I don't know. You never know.
Barcelona involved though.
It's still Barcelona.
No Xavi.
Still
Iniesta.
Barcelona. I know.
Placing Iniesta with Vidal though, and that's a pretty solid signing. I know Messi's sort of coming towards arguably the end of his sort of prime years and stuff. But I think with Messi, Dembele, and Suarez up front, it's just scary.
The person who scored the most goals last year was Ronaldo, wasn't it, in the Champions League?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
Messi's still younger than Ronaldo, so
he might be as good as Ronaldo one day as well when he gets to the
I feel like you're still holding on to him, mate.
Yeah.
Who, Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming back to Old Trafford.
Yeah, you said that before you went to Juve, mate.
Well, he is. Because Juventus are in the same
group.
So
okay,
back,
we'll get to that. Cool. So I'm saying Barca, Tottenham second. As much as that hurts me to say it, but I think Tottenham.
I'll go for that.
Are gonna
it's not the same Inter team.
I do think Inter have the potential to maybe cause a bit of an upset and pip second place, but I think they'll get third and go into Europa. They've got some good players as well. Like Icardi had a great year last year.
Could be good actually. There could be potentially then a Milan derby in the Europa League.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So
So all Barca and Tottenham?
Yeah, so I think everyone's really going for Barcelona and Tottenham, Inter Milan to drop down into the Europa League.
Yeah.
So then we'll move on to Group C. So the second of the English teams in this group, it's Liverpool. They're in alongside Paris Saint-Germain, Napoli and Red Star Belgrade. So another one.
Fairly tough.
That's another one that's pretty tough. Paris Saint-Germain look like they could potentially win that.
They need to win the Champions League.
Yeah,
they do.
So
especially with the players they've got.
This year, obviously, they got rid of Emery quite harshly because he didn't do it. So I think they're just on fire now to do something about it.
I think that's one's probably Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool, I reckon. I mean, Napoli are decent.
No, I don't think they're good enough though.
Well, Napoli lost. I think Napoli losing Sarri to Chelsea is probably their biggest loss, because that's part of what made them so good last season. It's the football they were playing, and like Mertens was on such good form.
And they used to have their Pepe Reina in goal as well.
Yeah.
Gone to AC Milan.
And
so.
it's I can't remember who's managing Napoli. Is it Ancelotti?
I think Carlo Ancelotti.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
So it's a completely different style they're going to be playing, and I don't think they're going to be as dangerous as they probably would have been last season. I think they'll drop down to the Europa, I reckon.
There's a lot of big teams dropping into Europa.
Yeah, the Europa's going to be a really interesting.
And that's where the draw thing, you know, because you know that there's only going to be pretty much one big team in each group, whereas now you're looking like there's 2 or 3 pretty much in every single group.
I genuinely think Liverpool could top that group.
I think
genuinely.
I think it will be a straight shoot, I reckon, between Liverpool and PSG.
I think
it's so hard to call.
The thing I'm not sure about Liverpool is, as much as I do think they're going to challenge City the most this year as well in the league, is that I think to get to the Champions League final 2 years in a row, like Liverpool at the moment seem like one of those teams that like even nearly do it, then they don't for a while, and then they even nearly do it or do it. Like when they nearly won the league when Gerrard did the slip and all that kind of stuff. It took them a few years to nearly do it again. We'll get close enough and nearly win something big like last year. So I'm not sure, because I feel like they could be going for the league instead.
But then you've got to think though as well, old Clippity Klopp has not really won any final that he's been in professional football. So.
No, he's not. No.
So if it's down to his goals, I think he'd won the Champions League.
I think he would.
I don't know.
I think at the moment it'd take the Carabao Cup at the moment. I think because it's a bit of silverware. So.
I think the difference as well is with PSG and Liverpool. I think you think Klopp's had that team now for a good few seasons. He's building a proper good squad. This is Tuchel's first season at PSG, so he might not have it completely figured out, and I think they'll probably give Liverpool a bit more of an edge.
I think PSG might edge it. I think they could. I think the team's just more superior.
It's a very, very strong squad. It all comes down to Neymar, who blows a bit.
And if you've still got Neymar and Mbappe, and how could you count them out of doing it?
Of course, that's gonna be fascinating. Having their front three and Liverpool's front three against each other.
That's gonna be a good match.
But the only thing I feel with Liverpool is that because of how like the physicality in that of the Premier League, could their players burn out a bit more because you know they've not really got that strength in depth. You think like if Mane, Firmino, and Salah get injured or suspended, who then comes in? I mean, you've got Sturridge, but he's like hit and miss whether he's fit or not.
I mean, I think Shaqiri is a good bench option if one of them gets injured.
Shaqiri's a very good.
I think
if you lose one or two,
teams far superior than Liverpool's in a sense, player for player.
Yeah.
You know, Neymar, Mbappe.
You can't count out Salah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Di Maria.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to go...
so we're going Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool.
I'm going to say Liverpool second, because I think the league will be starting to take its toll. I do think they can go quite far, but I think in the first few games, I don't know.
I think
when it gets to the tail end of the group, I think they might start to struggle a little.
I think it all depends as well on the like the fixtures as well, depending on when they play Paris Saint-Germain. Because if they play them third, then it's you play them third and then the fourth game.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I think it also depends on whether they get the home and the away fixture first, because I think Liverpool at Anfield in Champions League like night games, that's such a.
I mean, watching it on TV, like
you can feel it. Like
you feel like I'm not even a Liverpool fan.
No.
And as soon as you hear "You'll never walk alone" in the Champions League night, it's like literally you get goosebumps.
And there's just. I remember saying this last year, right around the group stage. I said I feel like Liverpool could be the dark horse to get to the final, just because I think Anfield is such a factor for them. And Klopp obviously plays off that sort of atmosphere in it. He sort of helps inject that into the players.
The orchestra, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think if they get PSG at home, I think that could massively work in their favour, especially if it's first and it maybe knocks PSG confidence a little bit. I mean, I'm going to stick my neck out and say Liverpool win that group. I'll go PSG second.
I don't think Neymar's going to like coming up against the physicality.
I'm going to say PSG Liverpool second. I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool did it. But
I probably would go Liverpool to top the group.
I mean, there's no reason to come. I think if it comes down to goal difference, Liverpool could top it.
I think the only thing, as I say, Paris Saint-Germain may struggle with the physicality of Liverpool. Like,
true. But that's if Liverpool are more now. Like I said, it depends on the fixtures and where it is. But
I mean, I suppose I think their front three. So we said about the lack of depth. I definitely think that in their front three. I mean, like I said, you have got Shaqiri and you have got Sturridge, but you haven't really got anyone else that can. Like I said, if they lose both wingers, you only really got one that could sort of fit in. But I think they've got plenty of depth in their midfield. Like,
James Milner, mate.
Keita and Milner and like Henderson and Wijnaldum, like they can move around that midfield quite a lot, and same with their back line as well.
Like it probably like switch up, maybe go like 4-4-2 or something.
Yeah.
You've also got to remember though, PSG are going to get a lot more free kicks because Neymar is great at diving, you know.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
You've got to look at that as well.
True.
I was hoping at some point in the World Cup it'd be stomped out, as you know, with VAR. But
well, they got VAR coming, I think, in the latter stages.
Can't wait, man. I fell in love with VAR.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised how much I actually enjoyed the VAR in the World Cup because I hated it in the domestic cups last season. But
I think
it was so new.
Yeah, they managed to tweak it enough that
it works so well.
I think as it's slowly like going on, it's getting a lot better. It's like with the goal line technology. People, I think, at first were a bit like, "Oh, how's it going to work?"
Yeah.
But now it's like you literally look at it on a Saturday, and it's like in an instant.
No one questions it. If the ref gives it, you go, well.
Yeah.
Like,
he's got the tech.
Like, look, there was one the other week. It was 9 millimeters over the line. Like, the naked eye would never have been able to see that. But it literally, the referee, like 2 seconds. That's cleared up. Bang, there you go. Get on with the game.
Yeah.
9 millimeters is literally.
You would know, mate.
Yeah.
Walked into that.
So,
Can we take that out?
No, that stays in. So now we move on to Group D, which features the Russian champions Lokomotiv Moscow, Porto, Schalke, and Galatasaray. That's probably the group that I don't.
Yeah, it's probably the weakest.
That's a very weak group. I mean,
who was the top seed?
Lokomotiv Moscow.
Wow.
Russian champions.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, now normally Lokomotiv Moscow would have been in pot 4.
Yeah.
So they probably would have taken
two of these teams
the
are gonna
Inter Milan place.
Basically, probably get further than they ever. Who's the other? Schalke,
Porto, and Galatasaray. But remember, Porto won the Champions League with Jose Mourinho.
Porto normally do
as he'll tell you.
Yeah,
Porto normally do quite well in Champions League group stages. I'd probably go for them and maybe.
Probably Porto and Schalke.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Schalke.
Without knowing too much about any of the teams. That's what I'm leaning towards.
German teams always seem to.
Yeah, I'm
going
to say Porto second, Schalke first.
Yeah, I think that's probably
about right.
I mean, Galatasaray I suppose Galatasaray and Moscow probably have that again. They have a slight chance of being like a bit of an underdog in the second spot, but
Porto could top it.
Yeah.
So the next group, we move on. Group E features Bayern Munich, Benfica, Ajax, and AEK Athens.
Well, Athens.
I think AEK will finish.
Yeah. I'm going
Bayern Munich at top.
and then Ajax second. I've got a little soft spot for
Ajax did well with. So they got the young players coming through.
Kasper Dolberg.
They got
striker.
Edwin van der Sar.
It was only 2 years ago they were in the Europa final with you guys.
Yeah.
That's very true. It's very true.
So I think
they got a very good young team.
As much as they used to be a way bigger powerhouse, I think they're one of those teams where, like how Inter are right now, they're still Inter, and Ajax are still Ajax. If that makes any sense, I think especially in this group they could definitely.
I think they'll finish above Benfica. Actually, I think they could take second in that group.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that'll be the game.
Yeah, I mean this group's more of a straight shootout between Benfica and Ajax for who gets that third and second spot. But I think, like, because I forgot Ajax were in the Europa League final a couple of years ago, and I think it's a very good young squad. I mean, they lost Kluivert to Roma, but like I said, Dolberg's a really good striker, and I think it's more. I'd like to see them progress because it's good to see a Dutch team get far in the
especially for how the Netherlands not really doing anything in the past few years as a national
it'd be nice to see them do.
Nice to see something from that country because they were such a powerhouse as a country and as Ajax and Feyenoord.
It's kind of like they've gone through this rebuilding stage and they're like youth systems producing some good players.
And they've always been about youth.
Daley Bling's just gone back there as well for Man United.
Remember, they're going to be going in it like Liverpool do. If they haven't won it for a few years, they feel like a regal kind of Champions League team.
We belong
because
here,
Ajax,
sort of.
exactly. And Ajax, it's another thing like their stadium, the atmosphere in there.
Amsterdam Arena, where's it? Johan Cruyff Arena. Yeah. I'm going Ajax second then.
Yeah, I'll take Ajax second.
Yeah, Ajax second.
Yeah.
Surely Munich top. I don't.
Yeah, one on the floor. One on the floor. That group.
Group F features the noisy neighbours, Shakhtar Donetsk, Lyon and Hoffenheim.
The noisy neighbours?
Man City.
Oh.
They're not your neighbours.
The noisy
It's your
neighbours.
accents. I had to get that. Sorry.
Oh yes,
They are noisy neighbours.
So who are the 4 teams?
Man City, Shakhtar Donetsk, Lyon and Hoffenheim.
Surely City are going through.
I think
The easiest group they probably had in
City
years.
and Lyon, I think.
Yeah, City and Lyon.
City and Lyon.
Yeah.
Because like we were saying about the league taking its toll on Liverpool, it's going to do the same to City. But when
so
they go
much
into
more.
these smaller midweek games, like not being harsh to Hoffenheim and stuff like that, but if City don't beat them,
City have got so much more squad depth than Liverpool have as well.
Definitely.
And I think
if
as
you
well
look at
as
City substitutes, they're also first team players.
Yeah, I mean, the fact he's got a choice between Jesus or Aguero as their main striker is just ridiculous.
He's done alright.
the only thing
I
they've
mean,
not got is a goalkeeper because Claudio Bravo has just got injured.
Yeah.
And so the only senior fit goalkeeper they've got now is Edison.
I mean, you got to remember. Yeah,
That's an if.
That's a very rare thing as well for a goalie.
Just get Sadio Mane to tackle him.
Give me near again.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to pass City for that one.
Yeah, as much as it pains me.
Yeah.
City will probably top
And
it.
You said Liverpool and City topping, mate. You feel alright.
I know,
And you got Leon as well. You got Depay who was on fire last year for them.
Who is it? Leon, Hoffenheim, and
Shakhtar.
I think Shakhtar probably take the Europa League.
Yeah,
I think
possibly.
Shakhtar aren't too bad.
yeah, let's go Leon.
So Group G features the holders Real Madrid,
Yep.
Roma, CSKA Moscow, and Victoria Pilsen.
Well, that's up in the group.
Well, that sounds, I think that last team sounds like someone I slept with.
So it's going to be Rory's ex-girlfriend, Victoria Pilsen, and Suska Moscow.
Yeah.
Real.
I reckon
it's got to be real.
It's
It's got to be
Madrid
real
and
and Roma,
Madrid
innit?
and Roma.
CSK in Moscow, they do perform quite well.
Yeah.
And the plastic pitch as well. Have they still got the plastic pitch, or have they kept it as grass now after the
they kept it as
World
grass
Cup?
after the World Cup, I don't know. I mean, I think it's quite. I think that actually.
I think, yeah,
Roma and Moscow.
And the thing is, no one's going to want to go to Russia when it's their winter time out there because it is notoriously tricky to play there in the winter.
Yeah,
I don't know what players they got. They still got Bolokai playing for them.
Bolokai.
for sure.
It sounds like something you just made up.
It sounds like an STD.
No, I did just make.
He's got a bit of Bolokai now.
I know Roma obviously lost Alisson to Liverpool, and that's a big loss for them. But
they're still decent.
I still think they're a very good side, and I think and they signed that Kleitberg from Ajax as well in the summer.
Yeah.
I think he'll do well for them.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I thought Mourinho was going to be after him for United.
His old man weren't bad either.
Yeah, he was very good, very good. Yeah, I thought he could have passed
Real and Roma.
Yeah.
Moscow for third place for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so final Champions League group is Juventus, Man United, Valencia, and Young Boys.
This is the one I want to watch the most.
Yeah. The Juve United is going to be fantastic.
Ronaldo's return to United.
Imagine if it's a Ronaldo goal that makes Mourinho get fired. Like
Pogba returning to Juventus
of course, yeah.
What if it's a Pogba own goal against Juventus?
It could be a bad day for you.
I think Juventus will win that group.
Yeah, same.
I think it's actually a bit of a toss-up between Man United and Valencia. The state Man United are playing at the moment, I just don't...
Because you don't know where United are going to be in the next few months in terms of...
A lot of
Mourinho's going to be there.
You don't know what Man United are going to turn up from week to week at the moment.
No, you don't.
So it's like one of the old football cliches, on our day we will turn anyone over.
Yeah.
You know, especially like European nights at Old Trafford, much like at Anfield.
Yeah.
You know, there is nothing better.
I just think Juventus are so strong, and I think especially the way Allegri sets his teams up, like they're quite well organised. Really and bear in mind, Juventus they got Bonucci back this summer as well from Milan.
They've lost Buffon,
but I mean, I think that I can't remember the name of the goalkeeper they signed.
Chesney's
still there, isn't he?
Chesney's still there.
Chesney's their number one now.
And they signed someone from like Genoa, I think it was, but I can't remember his name.
And for obvious reasons, I've got a soft spot for Chesney. I've always thought he used to make a few errors, obviously, and he used to get put down to being young.
He conceded 8 at Old Trafford.
But honestly, man, he's but that was a bad day. Yeah. That wasn't his fault. But no, I think he's a great player. I honestly wanted him to come back to Arsenal last year before we got Leno. But I'd love to see Chesney back at Arsenal because I think because if Juve took him in, You know, they basically took him in as a number 2 to learn from Buffon, getting ready for Buffon leaving. If Juve think he's good enough for that, then yeah.
I think Juve eventually try and sign what's his name, Donnarumma.
Donnarumma, from AC Milan.
Yeah, it's possible.
He's only, what, 17, 18?
He's still very young, 18.
He's a very exciting team at the moment. Still,
I mean, the thing, because it's mad, even they were able to let Higuain go, they've still got, like, that. It's like Ronaldo, Dybala, Douglas Costa,
How did they sell Ronaldo? I mean, I know Juve have been decent in the past few years, but, like, out of nowhere. Like,
that came out of nothing. Like, you never really saw Juve spending... I think they spent like, what, 60 million on Higuain, I think?
People are going to be so... I think that is the most exciting thing to see is Ronaldo in the Champions League with a new team, and especially with prospect for Man United.
Well, that's the thing, I think, without jumping too far ahead, because we're going to talk about winners stuff, but Juventus are one of my picks to possibly at least get to the final, I think, because Ronaldo is just such a huge factor.
If you'd have said at the start of the season as well, like, Ronaldo's going to leave Real Madrid, who will he sign for? I don't even think Juventus would have.
I would have thought like Bayern or PSG.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. It does make sense.
PSG is one of them, and
it's such a big league.
And I think that's like obviously people could go into the whole like Ronaldo Messi debate all day long, but I think what edges it for Ronaldo, I think what edges it for Ronaldo is that he's played in the English league. He's played in Portugal. He's played in like 4 different leagues.
In some ways, you can't fault Messi for that. Like he's a club legend and he's stayed to the club that he loves. And most teams want that, do you know what I mean? So,
but he's not done it in the Premier League. He's not done it.
I'd like to see when Emil Heskey
battered some Premier League teams.
Luke Shaw scored more Premier League goals than Lionel Messi.
That's it all.
I think Juve and I think Juve to start, but I do think Rory said I think between Man United and Valencia.
I'm going to say, no offence Dan, but I'm going to say Man U ain't making it and they're going to jump to Europa, and then I think they'll have possibly a new manager by then and do quite well.
I mean,
in the Europa.
You could see Gary Neville managing them by that point.
Back at Valencia.
Yeah, I just, like, especially again, the fixture is such a big thing. If they lose, like, if they first game, let's say it's at Juve, lose that, then they slip up at home to Valencia, which they have the potential to do. Then all of a sudden, that's 2 games in.
Then it's like a mountain to climb, isn't it?
Yeah, so.
I mean, I think we'll do enough to get out.
Yeah, I think we'll scrape it.
It's one of those where like you could definitely do it.
I think we'll scrape it. I mean,
it's not working that way.
Looking at it, it's like
I think Juve will turn you over.
We could win the group, but we're not going to. Juventus are going to win the group.
Yeah, I think
easily.
Juventus are really strong.
I think Juve will win it easily, and it might come down to like we'll get second by a point. Or something.
I think
it will come down to the last game. You know, hopefully we get young boys in the last game, and Valencia get Juventus in the last game, and then I reckon we could just
it could work out something.
I think it just depends how Man United turn up on the day. You know?
And it's like I said, where they are. Yeah,
they've got massive players. I mean, that's what I don't get about this whole the ball don't back Mourinho. Is if he didn't sign Alexis, Pogba, and he managed to keep hold of the Gea.
Well, the whole thing with the centre back situation as well. It's like at the end of the day, he spent 60 million between Lindelof and Bailly, and it's just they're just not good. Like Bailly, I think I like Bailly, but Lindelof's obviously not good enough. Like at the moment, so
he's not.
But let's be real for a minute. They've got Sanchez, Lukaku.
Martial,
Rashford,
Lingard,
Pogba.
I would take
like
those players.
Team.
Not Alexis anymore, but I'd take those.
You're saying that. I just don't think he knows how to play under Mourinho.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
It was such a weird. I remember the time thinking that was such a weird sign. I think they only signed Alexis just so City couldn't sign him.
Yeah,
it was more like a power play move, you know.
Because like Mourinho seems like he's got this attitude of it's my way or the highway kind of thing. It's like he doesn't want to change. He doesn't.
That's the first season. Mourinho doesn't usually go well, so
let's look at it, right. He's slated Luke Shaw,
and Luke Shaw's been the best player for us.
And he was
same as at Chelsea. So Mata,
you
know, because Mata weren't really doing it at Chelsea. For him, in his opinion, I've always thought Mata was a decent player.
Mata's a great player.
I still think he is a good.
And then now he shows up and he's got to be buddy. Things like that can't help.
You know.
And then when you're playing Ander Herrera at centre half against Tottenham, what on earth are you doing?
I think there's too much politics going on in that team at the moment.
Yeah.
And for Man United to be successful in domestic and Champions League football, they've really got to get it sorted, you know.
Exactly.
Because that team that they've got is a winning team. It's just they can't play together.
Yeah, and there's a big unbalance in that team, and I think that there's a big rebuild needs to be done. But
they've probably got the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yep.
You know, they've got a crazy midfield, a crazy attack.
It's that back line is just a mess though. They need to get that sorted
out. I think that's why he needs to play 3 at the back, because 2 of them they're getting exposed to easily. Yeah. So at least if you've got the 3rd defender in there, it can kind of cover up some of the mistakes.
Yeah.
They don't really have some crazy strength in that back.
They don't.
It's like you need like an Nemanja Vidic type defender to come in, and you know Vidic would just throw his head where.
I remember like last year Mourinho made a comment about the fact that Guardiola spent 60 odd million on fullbacks, but that's what you need to do in this day and age.
Yeah.
You know,
with Guardiola, he's just gone in. He's like, right, okay, I need to strengthen here, and
exactly.
here.
He had the first
Who's the best player in that position to buy? I'll buy him.
Yeah, it's like first season. Okay, it didn't go well, but I know now what positions need to be sorted out to fit my system, and he went and did that. Then they won and walked the league.
Yeah.
Same with Liverpool this year. Like after last year, got the Champions League final. We looked at it and went right. Need a new midfield player to replace Coutinho.
Yeah.
Need a new goalkeeper, and obviously the new centre back with Van Dijk coming in January. And I think Mourinho's not like they didn't need to sign Sanchez.
Yeah,
if they spent
the
Sanchez money on
blocking.
I mean,
they could have done that on the centre backs.
Yeah,
but it's like a lot of things I've heard as well. So like Liverpool, they'll identify a target, and if they don't get that target, then they're just like, okay, we'll just make do with what we've got.
Yeah.
Whereas like they wanted a goalkeeper, but they wanted Alisson. It wasn't like, oh, if we don't get Alisson, we'll go for
someone else,
Butland or Hart or whatever. Whereas Mourinho, it'll be like, oh, well, I want Toby Alderweireld. If I can't get him, then I might have Harry Maguire. If I can't get him, I'll have, you know. So it's like instead of him,
I think he weakens his own position in the market as well, because agents know that.
And I think then that's not making players want to go to that club because. If you have a look and, you know, you're Virgil van Dijk, you know, okay, Liverpool want you. He's like, oh, right, okay, what other defenders are they in for? Just you, they only want you. You're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to feel really wanted at that club.
I suppose as well, like, so I saw Gary Neville was saying that Ed Woodward needs to back Mourinho, especially after giving him the contract last summer. But at the end of the day, I think Woodward's backed him in the past, you know, like I said, with the Pogba signing, with Lukaku signing, with the Sanchez signing. And he's got, I mean, all he's got for that is a Europa League and a League Cup.
I think,
you know, so it's like
treble.
But it's like, you know, he has backed him, and it's like you can't just keep throwing 150 million every season and not getting any return from it. Eventually, for Ed Woodward, you've got to be looking at going, well, I've given you the backing, I've signed you one of the best midfield players in the world, and
make the most of
what's happened with it?
I've always said this, but I genuinely believe Mourinho is the most overrated manager in the Premier League. In football, probably in general at the moment.
I think nowadays definitely. I think he's nowhere near
three Premier League trophies.
Yeah,
it's like
respect.
Yeah, but it's like with Arsene Wenger. Like a lot of people
spend.
A lot of people say Arsene was past it and whatever else. Everyone was caught up with him tactically.
Don't get me wrong, he went senile in his old age.
He
did.
As an Arsenal fan,
he couldn't even do his coat up.
He still won FA Cups in the end of his career. Like what he managed to do with some of the squads he had was incredible. Now, should he have done better at times? Yeah, of course. But what I mean is, the thing that caught up with him was he came to this country and changed their game, diets, tactics, and all that kind of stuff. Mourinho, when he came, he changed the game.
Yeah,
there's a bit more money, but he changed the game. His tactics were really good, and I think just like Arsene Wenger, a few years later, Mourinho came along, and then Arsenal started to fizzle, and I think this is the time where
football's moving
exactly,
on. I think it's like now you've got the players like.
I think it's going full circle, like. Wenger came along and was like, right, who can we buy? Yeah, cool, he can strengthen there, but who can we nurture and who will become great? A few years later, Mourinho comes along, it's like, right, who can we buy? Who can we smash the cash out on? I've got to win the league, I've got to win. And then he loses. But now I think you're starting to see some more talent come up, and there's that nurturing stage going through.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to go round and round, a bit like fashion. Leather jackets come out, they come back in again.
I'd rather Mourinho take a little bit of time, build a team up that he wants as his team.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend loads of money. There's a load of good youth players coming through.
Yeah.
Man United Youth Academy is one of the best in the world, and
I think Mourinho's problem is though I think even
he
going
wants
back,
it here and now.
That's the thing. Mourinho's a manager.
It's always been the way he is. When he comes into a team, he usually has a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Like we've been saying, he buys the stars.
Yeah.
Wins the league with that one or the next one, the third one. It starts to things start to show that it's not really.
But Mourinho's never trusted youth either. Like you think, I think Rashford's progress has dramatically stalled since Mourinho's come in.
Yeah.
And it's like he's had flashes here and there, but at least under Van Gaal, Rashford and Van Gaal was using the youth, and like you see Rashford went from strength to strength under him, but now it's kind of. It's sort of his progress is sort of stopping. It's sort of stagnating.
just like the players he's looking to buy are like ready-made players.
Yeah,
like, he's looking at Jerome Boateng, who's like 30, whereas apparently the board were like, well, why not get Harry Maguire, who's 24 and has got like
he's just had a great
years
World Cup.
ahead of him. Whereas you're looking at a player that you might get a good 1 or 2 years out of.
Yeah,
so.
and no resale value either, which obviously is important.
So, we've done the Champions League talk. Who's going to win? Scott.
I think Juve are going to win the Champions League.
Rory?
Oh, it's a tough one. Man City.
That's between the two. Because that was the 2 on. That's the 2 on flip flopping on. I'm going to say Juventus. Juventus.
And you, Dan?
Juve.
Looks like Juve might be winning.
Juventus winning the Champions League. It's the
I
Ronaldo
mean,
effect.
Liverpool, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a chance to get to at least.
Could be Locomotive.
It's going to be Locomotive Moscow versus Red Star Belgrade in the final.
Could be right.
As you can see, we've got 3 empty pints now, and one of these boys will get the opportunity now to win the last pint.
The bonus pint.
Points.
The bonus pint.
I'm going to the football, so that will be. I'm going to watch West Ham. It's going to be needed.
So, ironically, this is tying in the fact that we've spoken a lot about Man United today. This question is kind of about Man United.
Of course it is.
So, there has only ever been one English player to score a hat-trick against Man United. But was that one English player Alan Shearer, David Bentley, or Ian Wright?
I'll say Ian Wright.
I don't even know, man. David Bentley?
David Bentley.
It's crap.
It was David Bentley.
Do you know what's mad?
You can see the answers.
Do you know what's mad? No, I generally can't. I was watching the.
I've not written the answers.
Typical West Ham fan with a sleeve tattoo and everything. Answers.
Genuinely, I was watching that old BT Sport interview with David Bentley the other day, and on my recommend on YouTube was the highlights from that
really?
4 game, and I watched it.
The odds were in your favour, man.
There's only 4 players that's ever scored hat-tricks against Man United. David Bentley, who are the other 3?
Is this Premier League?
Let them pick at least
Premier
one,
League.
and then that could be the final point because they get the same thing.
Okay, so it's not Premier League.
So if you pick at least one.
So Premier League only?
Yeah.
Kane?
Nope.
Where are you?
A clue is one of them actually plays for Man United now.
Lukaku.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
For West Brom.
In Alex Ferguson's last game.
Mike's won the pint.
Romelu Lukaku. The other 2? Shall I tell him?
Oh, Drogba?
Dirk Kuyt, Samuel Eto'o.
Dirk
Kuyt!
So there you have it. Mike got the question right. He's won the extra pint. He's off to watch the mighty West Ham today. And yeah, so if you like what you're seeing here, check back on rebnoise.com. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all the usual places. We've got podcasts where we talk about football, movies, all sorts of stuff. And you can even check back on our World Cup coverage. So yeah, thanks for goal hanging with us today. Thank you guys for goal hanging with me today.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having us.
And don't forget, subscribe to Rebellious Noise. We'll see you next time where we'll be talking all about the brand new Nations League.